Okay, I'm going to be demonstrating how to draw an emotions graph. First of all, I need to take my axis, so a vertical axis and a horizontal axis. Obviously you'll need a ruler for that. On my vertical axis, I need to show that I'm representing emotions. So I'm going to go from negative emotions to positive emotions, and I'm going to do that by drawing an arrow. Just heading up the way, and then I have to label my axis. So I'm going to call it emotion, and obviously pop that just to the side there. Next I'm going to think about my horizontal axis, and that's going to measure the progression through the book. So I'm going to start by just using my pen and popping just a notch 3 squares along. I'm going to pop a notch every 3 squares along, because that's the distance that I've decided. And this I'm going to label Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3. So as you can see, I am currently labelling every little notch I've made. I'm just positioning that below each notch perfectly. Obviously I'm going to go up to how many chapters we've read this week. So the next part, and the most important part, is thinking about Peter. So we're going to start all with Peter. I'm going to think back to Chapter 1 and think, what was Peter's emotion in Chapter 1? Now I can think back and think that he moved to the countryside, he left his mum, his dad was away to war. So I'm going to start off by saying that he's probably in a negative emotion around anxious. So I think I'll start down towards the bottom and I'll pop a cross somewhere here. So as you can see then, below the point that I've made, I've written the word, so I thought he was anxious, and I've written justification for the word that I've written. My next point I want to think about is Chapter 2, and I think in Chapter 2 it's still a negative emotion, so it's still down quite low, and it's anger, because he was angry at Edmund for making Lucy out to be a fool. So again, I think I'll just pop it a wee bit above it and make sure I'm on the right lines, and then I can just type in my words. So anger, and he's angry because he was annoyed at Edmund for making a fool of Lucy. So that's going to fit nicely just below that. Now, I'm not going to complete this graph, but I think you can see now what's going to happen. I'll have an X above every chapter and a small piece of justification for every point that I make. So once I've done, obviously what I want to do is I want to join the lines, because this is a line graph. And after I do 3 or 4 points, right up to the last chapter, you'll see my line will reflect Peter's character. An extension for those people that would like to go on more would be to plot all 4 different characters on this emotion chart to show how their emotions have changed over time. Hopefully this helps you create your chart and helps you do as good work as you're able to do.